So it's been a long time since I actually sat down and talked about culture. So here it is. Oh my god, here it is. That was a weird accent. So today's video is about, are Korean guys emotional? So are Korean guys emotional? Answer is yes. Usually I think when you watch that country's TV show or drama, in Korea drama, it's sometimes a really good indicator of that society. Like, it shows that society pretty well because, you know, it needs to reflect its audience who's watching it. Yes, there are some exaggerations in it. Mother-in-law slaps her daughter-in-law with the kimchi. I've never heard such thing ever in my life. To all my Korean fans out there, if you've ever been slapped by kimchi by your mother-in-law, leave me a comment down below. I'll send you a box of kimchi. No, but I just really want to know if that really happens. Sometimes dramas, they do exaggerate. Anyhow, back to the point. If you see Korean dramas, you probably saw stuff like this.
선생님, 날 좀 살려줘요. 만약에 내가 돌아오지 못하면 다 잊어버려.
And the guy's crying like, if only she didn't have cancer, I would have given her the world. So the thing is, I've never watched an American TV show where the guy was emotional, like he was freely sad and he was just like pouring and tearing up and crying over the loss of his love of his life. But in Korean dramas, I see it all the time. So sometimes just the crying aspect, I feel like US is much more macho. US and like European countries, I've never seen their TV shows show any guy who's like crying over the loss of the love of his life. Love of my life, love of my life, where are you? So usually in those TV shows, when a guy is crying, his friends are always like, hey dude, stop, what are you, like, stop being a wimp, and he's always like made fun of. But in Korean dramas, when a guy's crying, it's sort of seen as like he really loved that woman, and like women are like, oh, that's so sweet, that's so cute, you know, and it sort of unleashes that motherliness inside you, and you just want to go hug that dude and be like, everything's gonna be okay, I will grab onto you even if your mother-in-law slaps me with kimchi, I'll be there. Personally, I do want a guy to be a bit more free in expressing his emotions. Like, it would be much better than being emotionally constipated. And I know this might be a difficulty that many men face because they grow up hearing, you're a guy, you shouldn't be crying, you're a guy, you shouldn't be weak, you're a guy, you shouldn't be scared. So, you know, I know that kind of social pressure also sort of oppresses that freedom to be expressive in men, especially in relationships. All things considered, yes, I would like to see a guy who cries once in a while and it shows that he really loves me through his tears. But don't use it too often. It's like the weapon of women, okay? We do it to get what we want. No, I'm just so kidding. I'm so kidding. I don't do that. I do that because I really cry a lot. Some people just love crying. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm angry. I cry when I'm frustrated and I don't know what to say. Now I feel crying. No battery. Now I feel like crying. Why does my face look so yellow here, you guys? It's so weird. I look like Oompa Loompa. Oompa Loompa, doompa dee doo. Why do I look so yellow? Is it because my background's yellow and this is yellow? I'm totally generalizing throughout this whole video, but I've read this book where they talked about the geography of the country, the location and where it is can determine the emotional sort of general ambience of that society. So, for example, actually, this book, and I sort of do agree, was saying that Korea was Italy of Asia. Why it's called Italy of Asia is it's a peninsula, which means the three sides are surrounded by water, like Italy, because Italy looks like a boot surrounded by water. They're very like family oriented, very loud, very emotional. They love expressing feelings. They love kissing outside. Like PDA is not an issue. Love expressing love. I remember when I went home, my parents would always be like hugging me and like showing me so much affection through physicality. Is that a word? They love just partying with everyone, and everyone has so much groove inside them, you know, like hip-hop jam inside them. This I can say for sure. When I go to Japan, I don't see anyone doing PDA. So I haven't seen any Japanese couples kiss on the streets or even hold hands that much when I went to Japan. But in Korea, they're like everywhere. Sometimes like way over PG-15 in subways. And sometimes I see all these like older grandfathers and grandmothers, they're like peering from their subway seats, not trying to look, but looking. I think they're sort of envious. They're like, oh my god, the two couples are getting it. What? There's this popular word that describes Korea, which is a stereotypical word, but we call it 냄비 근성, the tendency to be like a pot. So a pot that like boils really quickly, and then if you turn the fire off, it cools down as quickly. So it's like a very temperamental pot, you know. If you watch some Korean TV shows, they love comparing Korea and Japan often because the countries are so close but so different in nature and like just so different culture-wise. In that, they like to refer to Japanese guys as bicycles and Korean guys as motorbikes. I do like Korean guys in that I would like to say that tear once in a while and feel like, oh, so cute. I'm not the only vulnerable one, always. A tip for guys, a way to a woman's heart is through those little crystal tears come out of your eyes once in a while. And it's very important that you sort of have that Puss in Boots from Shrek kind of look as well. Like, you've hurt me. I love you so much, but you're hurting me. And I'm crying because this is how much I love you. Media do have a good influence on them because all these media geared towards the women audience. I know they're very corny sometimes, and you know the guys always buying flowers for the women and like coming up with all these surprises and necklaces from the behind and like taking that hair from your neck, putting that beautiful necklace that he thought about and went all around the shopping mall to just get for you. He like puts it. Oh, that's so sweet. I think TV dramas are ruining me. They're ruining my expectations and ideals of a guy. I think it does have a positive effect sometimes because guys sometimes learn from it and be like, oh, that's what women like. They sometimes like that romantic gesture once in a while. Like, who doesn't like flowers? I mean, if I was a guy, I would like flowers too once in a while from a woman. Don't you? They smell so great. They're beautiful. Of course, better than cutting them and picking them. It would be nice if you get them a pot of flowers. I think it's nice. And I think US media sometimes should stop portraying guys as these macho men who don't like to cry and like tease them for wanting to cry and stuff, you know? That's a bit sad because maybe American guys want to cry too. Don't you guys? Anyways, this is just a whole big generalization, but some interesting cultural insights. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, please thumbs up and subscribe. Please let me know in the comments below what kind of a guy you like. If you guys have any questions about what Korean guys are like, although I'm not a Korean dude, I will bring a Korean dude next time to answer those questions for you. Although, of course, every single Korean dude is different, but I'll bring a few. So if you want to see cute Korean dudes on my videos, thumbs up and subscribe. I cannot guarantee or promise you. Now I sound like a politician that never keeps their promises. I will still come up on the video if I can't get those cute Korean guys. And I'll see you guys in my other videos. Bye! Did you guys know that this grandmother, I think she interviewed for the Guinness Book World of Records or something, and she was I think a grandmama who was living in Bulgaria, and someone asked her, she was in the Guinness Book World of Records for living the longest, I think, and one of the reporters asked her, oh, so what is your secret to having lived so long? And she said, stay away from guys. I guess any relationship is stressful because you have to sacrifice this part of you in order to meld into one circle of life. Da da da.